Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just wanted to kind of do some readings on what's in the news lately. Just because, as I'm watching the news, and I know you are too, you kind of get a wondering, what becomes of this and what becomes of that? First of all, Maria Butina. So apparently somebody who'd been doing interviews with her has now released some of those telephone interviews. And of course, she is maintaining her innocence, saying she's not an agent for Russia. So, first of all, Spirit, if you would like us to know, let us know what would be helpful. Is Maria Butina a Russian agent? Yeah, we have the lover's card. She's in bed with them. Yes, yes. Now, I know there's Russian agents and then there's Russian agents. You know what I mean? Like, there are those who have taken money to act on the behalf of a foreign government, of another government, of it. Well, it would be, is it her government? But there's that, and then there's spies, you know what I mean, who are really well trained and really undercover. And is she a spy? Well, we have the Hermit. She is certainly off on her own. She's in jail. Let me pull another card for that one. Okay, I think maybe she's not as deep into it as she could have been. Like she's somehow outside of the inner network. Okay, so this isn't somebody who is, in close circles with Putin. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, she was traveling. She's on assignment. She's on assignment for sure in America, but she's somebody who had been traveling and yeah, she's on assignment. She's an agent, but she's not inner circle spy kind of thing. She's not, high up in the KGB kind of thing. Okay. Not to say she hasn't had some training, though. All right. Let's ask about the Denver teacher strike. So I just heard that the teachers are, I don't know if they're on strike yet or they're planning it because contract negotiations have failed. And I have a friend who is a teacher in Denver, so I'm interested in this. What is the outcome of any kind of, is there a strike? What's the outcome of that? Okay, there looks like there will probably be a strike because there's Eight of Swords. That Eight of Swords lady feels like there's no other way to turn. The swords can be speech and talking and planning. And so that's the labor negotiations, right, have broken down. Okay, what's the outcome of that? Spirit. Hope. We should be hopeful. We should be hopeful for a good outcome for the teachers. Good, 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 good. Okay. And what about, we want to know a little bit about the shutdown again. Of course, with our mercurial president, things can change very quickly. The energy of the moment may not be the energy that's there in the 15th. So, Spirit, what does it look like for government shutdown on the 15th? Does that look likely? Standing their ground. So, I know there's a committee involved in trying to reach some sort of compromise to avoid a government shutdown. And I've heard that over the weekend they're at an impasse. Is that what that means? Bright light of the sun. It's good that there is a committee in charge of this and they are held accountable to their voters, their constituents. This is a very good thing because people will be talking about this lots up until the 15th and urging these committee members to move ahead. So does it look hopeful for no government shutdown on the 15th? Well, we have the King of Coins. We have to remember him. Big business did not like this. Wall Street did not like this government shutdown stuff. So we do know that there are plenty of wealthy donors out there who are not okay with this happening again. It's just not good for business. So that's also, so constituents are putting pressure upon the people in the committee and all of the politicians to come to an agreement, and big money is as well. Five of Swords, but it's a tough one, you guys, because that whole mentality of I'm right, you're wrong, I'm not budging. I don't care if you're walking away from the table, I'm not budging. That's going on. That's going on. Oh, goodness. Do the Dems ever give some money for the wall? We have a celebration. Okay, I think this is a victory for the Dems. They may give some, but not a lot. Not anything like what Trump wants. Do we know if there's going to be a shutdown on the 15th yet? Tower. Okay, guys. This is going to heat up like crazy. I'm just sort of listening. That's why I'm quiet here. Tower. Let's clarify that tower. Seven of Swords, sneaky business. And Page of Swords. There's some immature speaking, or the beginning of a plan, perhaps. I feel like it's possible that we could have another shutdown. They're going to do their level best to avoid it, though. It's going to feel like a tower, like the earth is rumbling as we go on up to the 15th. That's what I'm getting from that tower. I don't know that these cards are conclusive about whether there will be one or not. I see a lot of stubbornness, and a lot of, people are standing their ground with their positions. But yet there's a lot of pressure on the lawmakers to come to some sort of compromise. Out of this, it looks like the Dems feel victorious. But yet, there's a little compromise. Okay, so I kind of tend to think there will be a little bit of compromise, perhaps enough to avert the government shutdown. But it's not guaranteed at this point. It could happen, you guys. Again. Will Trump declare victory out of it? I feel like both sides might declare victory after this is resolved. No, not really. Three of Cups. Okay. He might say that. He always says that you don't need a psychic to know he always says that he won, right? But really, so 2 cups are up, 3 cups are down. Maybe they give him a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, but you can expect to hear some rumblings about this, and mega pressure is on these lawmakers to come up with a solution, and the president. So we'll see what happens there. But the Dems look like they get the upper hand in the end, although they may too have to make some compromises. Okay, so let's ask about the Jeff Bezos thing. I already did a reading and I talked about him, but yeah, I did a reading and I talked about Pecker and is there trouble for Pecker and all of that. Any more updates, Spirit, about that? Yeah, there's going to be looking into who Pecker's in bed with. So they will be looking more into what ties he has to the Saudis, to Trump, to all of these interests who have paid money to influence what he puts in his paper. So there's going to be some looking into that. Okay, there was one other thing that I wanted to ask about. Oh, ISIS. Okay. So President Trump is declaring this will be the last stand on ISIS. They're kind of limited, I think, to one village or one area. Is that true? Does ISIS dissolve and, not to be problematic again? Well, we have the 7 of Coins. That's dissatisfaction. That's just kind of dissatisfaction. They lack funds. They lack funds. But there's some strength there. I wouldn't be so quick to say ISIS will be kaput and dissolved. There's some strength there because there's a lot of unresolved conflict there. And there are a lot of disenfranchised people in the Middle East who are angry with the U.S. government for its involvement in the Middle East. So it's still worries. Yeah, they have to, they're on the defense. They're definitely weakened. They don't have enough money. But the strength of the intent continues, I think. Yes, that's a confirmation. I shuffled it and I pulled it again. Okay, so the strength of the intent, that doesn't just disappear. It's not as simple as routing out ISIS. You know, this has now been generations in the making, a lot of these conflicts. And will the U.S. change its approach to the Middle East? Three of Swords. It looks like more of the same for a while then. The Hierophant. The government. But there will be some improvement in functioning governments over there. And maybe there's a balancing act. Okay, Spirit is also telling me it's very complicated. Spirit is also telling me it's really complicated. There is a balancing act. So I don't see things changing really quickly, but I wonder if there is strength in the governments over there, you know, gradually increasing. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, I think so. I think they've learned a lot. I think these lessons will serve them well. They're on to calmer shores. That's good. A lot of these Middle Eastern nations. I've got to ask about Syria. What about Syria's future? Retreat. They're just going to be glad that a lot of the fighting is over. Okay. That's worth something, you know. That's worth a lot. But they are still chained to, yeah, I feel like their government is still, you know, it's autocratic, right? And they're still kind of chained to it. So, yeah, there's still change ahead in Syria, but it is time for a new beginning. You know what I feel, you guys? I feel like we're coming up into a time in history when a lot of the old rules and the old patterns of being and the old things that are sort of taken for granted as true in geopolitical kinds of dynamics will be changing. I feel like we're coming to a new place, and that is the information age, and that is the citizens of the world understanding each other better and uniting more and caring more because they know more. So I feel like there are a lot of powerful people in politics in every country who are operating under an old set of rules that in 10 years will start to look like they don't apply. So, yeah, it's this stuff. It's that Five of Swords. They're still going to try, though. That's Spirit cautioning me. Oh, they're still going to try to maintain their dominance and maintain the power that they have. They're going to try everything they can. And sneakiness and misinformation and propaganda, yes. Because they want to counter the power that is coalescing in the citizens of different nations with all of the information that's coming in. Information is power. Yeah. So I guess Spirit's cautioning me that, yes, we are coming into a new age. However, that doesn't mean that there will be less tragedy in the coming years, because certain persons will be trying very hard to keep their power, and certain governments will be, and certain politicians, leaders. There's a delay. The new beginning is here. We're seeing the seeds of it, but there is a delay. We have to all start to see things from a new perspective and a more spiritual perspective. And that will happen, I believe. All right. okay. Well, and we just always ask for Spirit's guidance and what we can do in our corner of the world to improve things. And I know that all of you are interested in that. So I thank you so much for that and for being on this journey with me. Thank you. Bye-bye.